Africa, the motherland, the birthplace of human existence, and let's try that again. Africa, the motherland, the birthplace of human existence, and home to a passion for the beautiful game unlike any other. The endearing love from Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda, Egypt. The love Africans have for their national sides is undeniable. So, of course, the hope is to see their nation lift the greatest prize in football, the World Cup. But could this ever happen? Before we answer that, let's take a trip down memory lane. The very first African side to qualify for the World Cup were Egypt way back in 1934. The first African nation to win a game were Tunisia, whilst Morocco were the first to advance to the round of 16. But it was the indomitable Lions of Cameroon who were the first to truly show what an African side could do. And they made a statement from jump, as Cameroon defeated the then defending World Cup champions 1-0 in the opening tie of the 1990 edition held in Italy. They went on to advance into the knockout stage to face Colombia, where 38-year-old Roger Miller's 2 goals helped them pass the Colombians. Shout out to Rene Higuita, who got dispossessed by Miller for one of the goals. Legend. It was now to face England in the quarterfinals, and they were 7 minutes away from glory. But this dude decided to win his side a penalty, scoring it, and why not get another in extra time, which he did and ended the dreams of the Lions. Despite the previous milestones, it was the way in which Cameroon played that gave the continent real hope that the World Cup was a tangible possibility. But who would follow in Cameroon's footsteps? Enter the Super Eagles. Buoyed by their neighbours, they stormed into the 1994 World Cup with a bang, where they blew past Bulgaria 3-0 in their opening encounter, with Rashidi Yekini scoring Nigeria's very first World Cup goal. Just like Cameroon, Nigeria showed a blend of skill, intelligence, and individual quality that impressed the world. Their second-round opponents were Italy, and after Emmanuel Amunike gave the Eagles the lead and Gianfranco Zola received a dubious red card 40 minutes from time, it seemed as if the Nigerians would advance. But Baggio came clutch with an 89th minute dagger and then said what's up with a penalty in extra time to complete the comeback for the 10-man Italians. Heartbreak for Nigeria, and a very young half-hope who had no idea what extra time was and thought the game ended at 1-1. But there was much to be hopeful for, as Nigeria won many fans in America for their attractive style of play. 4 years later, 1998 started brightly for the Super Eagles with an exciting 3-2 win over the Raul-led Spain. Again, Nigeria made it to the next round where... 2002 again was yet another glimmer. Senegal defeated the defending champions France in the opening game with a memorable goal from the late Papa Bouba Diop, and they advanced to face Sweden, who they defeated thanks to a double from Henri Camara, the winner coming in extra time, which took them to the quarterfinals. But they were thwarted by an impressive Turkish side who were victors with a 94th extra time winner from Ilhan Manziz. 2010. Football had finally come to the motherland. South Africa were the hosts, and there was a feeling that it was destiny that an African side would finally go all the way and do it on home soil. Who would be the nation to rise to the occasion? The Black Stars. Ghana were the only African side to make it through to the next round, and they felt the weight of an entire continent on their shoulders. They defeated the USA 2-1 after extra time in their last 16 encounter and on their way to the quarters. But surely on African soil, this would be the time an African side would break through the quarter-final barrier. Their opponents were a Uruguay side who had taken everyone by surprise, emulating their forefathers from the 30s. It was a nail-biting game with nothing between both sides, as Montari and Forlan scored for either team. It looked like the matter would be settled by penalties, and then came one of the most infamous moments in World Cup history. Nah, this wasn't infamous. It wasn't necessary. The header came in, and our racist, human, flesh-eating friend decided to use his hands to stop it. The cannibal was sent off, and up stepped Gian with a chance to send Ghana and Africa the farthest they've ever been to at a World Cup. So about that playing on African soil being a good luck charm. And say what you will about the cannibal, he put his country before himself, and his gamble eventually paid off. I would have done the same thing if I was in the same position. Since then, it's been all downhill, with brick after brick being laid by African nations, with no side coming close to the quarters in the last two editions. In 2018, not a single African team made it through to the next round to show how far the continent had fallen. So now we come to the future, with the 2022 World Cup in Qatar just around the corner. And the question is whether we will see another Cameroon, Ghana, or Nigeria with a talented team that can break down that door. The harsh truth, highly unlikely. Behind the curtain, there are stories of unpaid players, federations holding on to money, lack of organization, and the flagrant sacking of managers who have complained about interference in coaching affairs. And it gets worse. France's triumph in 2018 was telling. Pogba, Kante, Umtiti, Matuidi, Mbappe, these are all players who could have very easily played for an African side. But for them, relocating to France and the French FA being very active in attracting them into the national side has meant such special talent is being taken away from Africa. Imagine Kante and the Oos playing for Mali, or Mbappe, Fekir and Benzema lacing it up for Algeria. Damn. The sad reality are the likes of a young Etso, Okocha, Toure, Yeboah are probably now being encouraged to pledge their allegiance to a Belgian, French, English or Spanish setup. And without those special players, it makes it next to impossible to win a World Cup, a competition that doesn't tend to produce surprise winners. It's unfortunate to see an Ansu Fati take the world by storm wearing the colours of Spain, where he could be playing for Guinea-Bissau. But in a world where players are desperate for all kinds of success, Fati, being in the Spanish setup for so long, realistically sees a better chance winning the coveted gold trophy with Spain rather than Guinea-Bissau. One of my dreams is to see either Nigeria or an African side win the World Cup, as I can't think of many other things that would bring me more joy. But I'm a realist, and this being one of the most difficult competitions in sport with a minimal margin of error, Africa are just too far behind to compete and constantly losing their talent to their European counterparts. But one must always hope that there is perhaps that generational talent or golden generation who pledges their hearts to an African nation and can be the spark that inspires a side to fulfill the dream. Led by an African manager.